I did have a paper, but it's a little wet and they don't mix well. So I'm going to be like the rest of my generation to be on my phone. My name's Caleb, and I am a junior here at Kiski Area High School, 11th grade. And I'm also the treasurer for the Bible Club, which isn't a big thing, but God's taken me far. And I'm going to tell you what I had to go through to turn from what I was and turn back to God. And it's a little rough. It's going to end on a sad note. About 4 years ago, so I was 12, I was a bit insecure, but I always thought I was dumber than everyone and felt like I wasn't good enough. And to deal with that, I overcompensated by belittling and physically hitting everyone, throwing fits when others didn't do exactly what I needed or wanted. I hit my friends a lot whenever they didn't do things the way I wanted it done. I bet you've all had bosses like that. And I chose my own way, and I made my relationships about me, my friendships, my partnerships about me, and not about love or their benefit. And that made me force others to do exactly what I wanted and try to convince them that my ideas were the best and to do what I wanted. I couldn't be alone with my thoughts because I hated what I was, and I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I couldn't admit it. And I wouldn't humble myself enough to answer to what's right or wrong, so I pushed the idea of God existing out of my head. I did whatever I want, and that led me into a relationship with someone who exposed me to self-harm and witchcraft. And so that's a little rough. And I used self-harm, witchcraft, and sexual sin, and anything I could get my hands on for rest, just to feel purpose, change in my life, but it never came. Sorry, I'm a little lost. And I craved for something deeper, for love, for peace, for knowledge. The ways I tried to get what I needed led me to hate who I was. I wanted to and tried to take my life. I found myself crying out to God to take away the consequences of my actions, because there's a lot of them, and remove who I was. I needed to go. Nothing needed to stay. And he did. Jesus Christ came and used me, the worst person possible, the worst vessel, to glorify himself. I didn't earn it, deserve it, or control it. It was free. All I had to do was stop the way I was living and give my full trust to him, believing that he lived perfectly so I didn't have to, that he died so I never will, and he rose, proving he defeated the sin of the world and he beat death. Since he's given me his life, I haven't been the same. I have this newness of life, this complete 180 in my life. I'm with him and I will be forever. Even in my recent life, things have come that heavily affected me, and I've had no fear and no struggles, and that's hard. Even getting up here is completely God, because I used to go to cyber school and I literally almost cried every time I had to go outside. And so he has given me courage and strength and redemption for everything that I did. Thank you guys for coming out here and listening.